One of my favorite quotes is not from a successful entrepreneur or like a celebrity productivity coach or something. It's actually from an animated movie by DreamWorks, and it's one of my faves. It's You don't have to wait until you reach financial independence to start enjoying your life. You can do that much earlier and start living a life that you love and that's true to you. Welcome to Freedom Before FI. Using FIRE and life design techniques, we help you create freedom on your way to FI instead of waiting until you're retired to do the things that light you up. I'm your host Greg, a FIRE movement and life design enthusiast. If you're itching to get freedom now, then let's do this. Good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world, I hope all is well with you. As you can tell, I've got a bit of a sore throat today. I caught a cold over the weekend. I was hoping it was going to clear up today, but it's still there lingering, so apologies for that, but we've got to keep going, so let's go. So we'll be continuing with the 10 rules of Ikigai, and today we'll be covering rules 9 and 10. So let's go straight into rule number 9, which is to live in the moment. It's funny, one of my favorite quotes is not from a successful entrepreneur or like a celebrity productivity coach or something. It's actually from an animated movie by DreamWorks, and it's one of my faves. It's Kung Fu Panda. So Master Ogimi, the main character's spiritual teacher, advised his apprentice while he was struggling during the training. He said, "You are too concerned with what was and what will be. There is a saying, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present." I absolutely love this quote. It reminds me to not get hung up so much about the past and the future. And I know that can be really difficult for us sometimes. But you see, if we keep thinking about our past mistakes, like the typical overanalyzing what we've done before, we might get annoyed or frustrated. And if we keep thinking about what will happen in the future, we might get a bit of anxiety or get unsettled. But if we focus on the present, there is a sense of calmness and peace. And of course, that's if we can appreciate the present. So let's just be happy that we're alive today. And as Master Ogimi says, let's not be too concerned with what was and what will be. Actually, my wife and I have this little 5-minute morning ritual where we'll just sit on the sofa with the windows open, drinking English tea, Yorkshire tea, of course. We just listen to the birds singing in the morning, we feel the breeze going through the house, and we're just there enjoying the tea and the stillness. It's actually a really nice way to start the day, because even for 5 minutes, it reminds us to be grounded and to enjoy the present moment. It's really peaceful. Another thing we do is go for slow evening walks, usually around sunset time, when the sky's colour looks amazing, when you've got these different shades of like red, pink, blue. This is one of our favourite things to do. There's also a little roof deck on our building, which we sometimes go to watch the stars. And all these little simple things that we incorporate in our day just help us slow down a bit and just enjoy what's around us. So what ways can you incorporate some living in the moment rituals? Of course, you have your own little preferences and things that you enjoy doing, but here are some suggestions just to give you some ideas. Maybe it's things like meditation or mindful breathing exercises before work. Maybe a digital detox, which I admit would be really hard since we're addicted to our gadgets. Maybe it's some sort of journaling practice. Maybe writing your reflections before you go to bed. Maybe going for a mindful walk in nature. I suggest starting with something quick and simple to get going, and you never know, you might expand on it. Alright, on to rule number 10 and the last one, which is to follow your Ikigai. And this is the crux of the book. So this rule is essentially following your purpose in life, because having a purpose gets you out of bed in the morning and motivates you to keep going. So the book suggests that your Ikigai is the intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. If you want a bit of guidance on this, you can actually listen to episode 36 on how to find your purpose. There's also a cool little worksheet you can use as well. However, if you want to do a really quick exercise now to give you some ideas of your purpose, you can ever think about the following questions. So under what you love, maybe you can think about what topics or subjects do you read or watch a lot in your spare time? Under what you're good at, one question could be, what activities did you love doing as a kid? The second one is, what tasks come naturally to you but hard for others? Under what the world needs, what problems do you see in the world that you'd love to solve? Another question is, what problems have you overcome yourself? Okay, and then under what you can be paid for, look at all your answers from the last few questions and then come up with 5 to 10 potential roles, careers, or activities that come to mind. And a tip here is to not filter your thoughts and just write and give yourself a time limit of say 2 or 3 minutes. Then when you've come up with those potential roles, have a look at your list, have a quick scan of all of them. Is there anything interesting that just jumps out at you? Circle 2 or 3 of these, and then why not research more about them, experiment with them, try them out. Alright, so those are the 10 rules of Ikigai, or the simple Japanese secrets to a long and happy life. Here's a quick recap. So number 1 was to stay active and don't retire. Number 2 was take it slow. Number 3 was don't fill your stomach and remember the 80% rule. Number 4 is surround yourself with good friends. Number 5 is to get in shape for your next birthday. Number 6 is to smile. Number 7 is to reconnect with nature. Number 8 is to give thanks. Number 9 is to live in the moment. And number 10 is to follow your Ikigai. Looking back at the rules, they're actually fairly simple, but I admit some might be a little bit hard to actually execute, like the don't fill your stomach one. And actually a lot of the rules complement each other. So anyway, if we can include these habits in our journey, we too could live long and healthy lives. Thank you for spending your time with us today. If you need more help, you can check out our free guides and services on our website, freedombefore5.com. If you have a burning question or just want to chat, don't hesitate to drop me an email at greg@freedombefore5.com. If you found the show useful and want to be notified of future episodes, you can click follow on Spotify, Apple, or the app you're currently using right now. If you think the episode will help a friend or a colleague, feel free to share it with them. And lastly, if you learned just one good thing that will help you in your journey and you want to help us out, please do leave a 5-star rating on your podcast player app. That would help us out loads. Okay, so that wraps up the episode today. Have an awesome week. And as always, practice gratitude, live life by your design, and do things that make you smile. You got this.